Yesterday, we worked with the praise protocol. We worked with the praise protocol. And today, we are going to work with a concept also borrowed from nonviolent communication because they have some of the best names for things around. Why reinvent the wheel? This concept is called giraffe ears, which I may have alluded to in something we've done so far, but I think this is the first real teaching on it. So, in that system, the mascot of nonviolent communication is a giraffe because it's got such a big heart. And then they also use, no offense to the jackals of the planet, but they use a jackal for our common types of communication, which is like it's kind of low to the ground. And it's like a scavenger, it's trying to get what it can and it's kind of sniping. So again, if jackal is your totem animal, we're only, thank you for your sacrifice. No offense is meant to jackals. But what giraffe ears means is that we are going to train. So it's impossible, in my experience, to train the whole world to begin to speak to you in terms, observations, feelings, needs, values, and requests or choices. Instead, what do people come at you with? They come at you with projections, evaluations, shouldn'ts, and demands. So the thing that we can do is we can learn to change what we hear, even though we can't change what's coming at us. And your slogan comes from Dr. Marshall Rosenberg, who says the only things people are ever saying are please or thank you. The only things people are ever saying are please or thank you. So we're always saying to people, would you please meet my need for, or thank you for meeting my need for. So when we fulfill these values, it's deeply nourishing to us. And this is actually, we can find as we explore, this is what our entire life and all of our choices actually revolve around, are expressing these core values that are within us. All of the disagreements and like really virulent fights that we can get into are also about two parties coming together, trying to express these core values. But like we said before, we do it in terms of making demands and making projections. So instead of that, we're not going to, well, I am going to try to change how, as a world culture, we speak to each other, but that might take a while. And so the first thing we can do is learn how to hear with giraffe ears. So the filter we're going to put on all day long, and this is enough of a practice, is just to learn to hear please and thank you. Wow, amazing things could happen. Now, some of the harshest ones is that we learn to hear criticism as a please. That's just a please. Someone saying like, hey, I want you to meet these needs. We say it in terms of you should be like this, and I can't believe you're like that, and how could you do this? But if we could learn to hear that please, we would be hearing into the heart of the person. And in my experience, I'm not an expert at this. I'm an expert in being able to teach it. I have trained for that and taught massage therapists and congregants this for years and years and years. But mastering that's a pretty high bar to be able to hear. I screwed up today. I heard somebody's projections and I said, hey, just shut up. Don't stop projecting on me. And I think that's okay. But more and more, if we can hear into people's hearts, the need to strike back instead of going to empathy first, it actually softens. We gain the ability, this like superhuman ability, to have people come at us with all their barbs and all their differences and stingers and stuff, and we can go to empathy first, which is pretty miraculous. So your cognitive filter is just to hear the pleases and the thank yous. Just take that on for the day. No one's ever saying anything except please and thank you. So the pleases are for when people are presenting challenging things to you. Maybe they're demanding something, maybe they're criticizing something, maybe they're projecting on you. And social media is a great one for this, because you can go on there and say anything. And if you haven't curated your friends or followers, you'll just get people's projections of it right back without asking a single question, right? It's just boom, projections. And so a great way to look at those projections and see, I wonder what value they're trying to ask me or whoever they're responding to fill, because all of that is always coming from, oh, I'm longing for safety. Underneath, they're longing for safety, or we're longing for mutuality, or we're longing for agency. We're longing for, all of these deep longings, and we don't know how to express that. We don't have any training in how to express that. And so they come out as sniping at each other and jackling at each other. Now, the thank yous is going to be your practice for today. So we've got one practice, which is just wear that cognitive filter, put those glasses on, the please and thank you glasses, and just try to notice. Just the noticing is first. The next one, though, is we're going to do the giraffe ears, the yin side version of the praise protocol, which is hearing compliments, hearing praise. When it's expressed in a standard way, we're going to translate that into this deeper, compassionate, connected type of communication that we're learning about here. So what will people say when they praise you? One is like, oh, you're so nice. You're so nice. And what you want to do is in your head, you want to try to think like, what did I do that caused them to feel this way? Right? They're expressing, they feel something cool, unless they're being fake or something like that, which does happen, but still they're saying please. But a genuine thank you, people will say, you're so nice, you're such a good person, oh, you blah 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 blah. And we want to think, wow, what did I do? And then if you don't know, you can actually ask them, wow, what did I do that really made your day, or something like that. And people look at you a little funny, but you can just kind of explain, oh, I'm really trying to do this empathy training. And my teacher said, when somebody says thank you, like ask them, like get really clear on what they're thanking you for. And they'll usually either say something, or in your mind you might go, oh, they're thanking me for when I held the door open for them, or something like that. They're thanking me for refilling the ice cube trays, basic human things that you can do like that. And then, so you're going to ask, what did I do? You can ask this verbally, or if you can do it on the inside, this is like an inside exercise a lot of the time. Then you can ask, how do I think they're feeling? Right? Because what people ordinarily do is we do a you statement. You're so nice. You're so cute. You're so kind. But what we mean to express is, I feel safe when I'm with you. I relax when you do that type of thing that you just did. I'm ecstatic that you have this type of boundaries. I feel inspired that you share your poetry with me once a week by text, whatever it is. So we want to ask, what were they feeling? All those variations on happy that we looked at in our last episode, what were they feeling? And then we're going to ask, what value might have been fulfilled for them. So they're, okay, when I refilled the ice cube trays, maybe they feel ecstatic, right? We can even ask them, well, when I refilled those ice cube trays, how did you feel? And you might get surprising responses. We feel like, oh, at peace, or whatever. They might go, oh God, I just felt like so relieved. Really? Why'd you feel so relieved? Well, because my last 3 partners just were all about themselves. And when you refilled those ice cube trays, I knew that you, and it's like, we can really find out how much something meant to someone when we inquire deeper through a process like this. So this can be introspective, or you can be asking them, okay, you're loving it that I refilled those ice cube trays. How did you feel? Help me train my communication. You can always ask that. And most folks are really willing. Oh, my teacher said I should do this exercise. Would you be willing to play with me? How did you feel when I refilled those ice cube trays? I felt ecstatic. Really? Why did you feel ecstatic about ice cube trays? Well, because I knew that we could make margaritas later tonight. And then when I thought about margaritas, I just thought about like how much our friendship is growing, and like as buddies, how much we can help the world. So I got to start, wow, okay, cool. And then from there, you can start to listen in. All right, buddies helping the world. So that met your need for contribution. Wow, you really value being able to contribute and give your gift, and also teamwork and mutuality. Yeah. And well, let's see, margaritas, that sounds like fun and play. that is fun and play. And then they'll sometimes they'll add on. And we always come up with great ideas when we drink margaritas together. And so I was like, met my need for like creativity too. It's a really fun game to play Giraffe Ears with praise and compliments. So we're trying to bring in the templates for learning. This can be complicated communication skills because we've got to retrain ourselves from all the cultural momentum, but we're doing it in a form of play, and it'll come in really quite easily when you play it this way. So if you have an empathy buddy or a partner, then ask them like, hey, will you give me a compliment to practice on? And then of course they'll be doing that Gottman ratio from last time, but they're not going to do the praise protocol. They're going to give you a conventional compliment, right? Oh, you're so sweet. All right, well, that doesn't tell me anything, right? This is part of why compliments can be so awkward for a person like me. You're so sweet. Wow, really? What are you talking about? And have them help you play through this thing. What did I do that made you feel I'm so sweet? Well, you're always saying sweet stuff. Really? Like what? Play it in them. All the sweet stuff you've been saying, or maybe you don't. Sometimes people compliment you and you're like, they have a totally different image of you in their mind. It would be good to know. Oh yeah, I forgot I'm always saying that nice stuff. So, okay, well, when I said that nice stuff, how did you feel? And you can start to guess. Did you feel like this? Did you feel like that? And then sometimes they'll do an evaluation. I felt valued. Okay. And then you got to translate. You got to listen to your giraffe ears, because values isn't an emotion. That's a projection, right? They think that you are valuing them. They may be correct, but we want to get to the emotion. So you don't say, let's be clear, don't say, well, valued isn't a feeling. No, I tried that back in my Zen boyfriend days. It's not a great tactic, but you could say, okay, so when it seems like you're being valued, what emotions come up for you? You can just inquire a little deeper, and you want to get that feeling. Oh, wow, when I feel that I'm being valued, I feel just like safe and spacious, or something along those lines. And then ask, well, cool, so you were longing for safety. What else were you longing for? And it's just a fun little game, especially if you have empathy buddies. I recommend getting like a text empathy buddy, or somebody you can meet with once a week. Or if you've got a partner in the home that you want to improve your communication, use these empathy buddy games. They're a little bit dumb, but I'll tell you, with my partner, we've laughed and laughed and laughed about these. So this is your game. I'm going to attach, I forget if I can do more than one attachments in this Kajabi, but I'm going to attach the big list of feelings and needs in here. And you can, if you choose, take a look at those, and you'll start to generate a big repertoire of what they might be feeling, what they might be needing. And we're generating these very advanced skills of empathy, but we're doing it in a way that's playful and fun. We're learning to hear pleases, and we're especially today working on hearing thank you through our giraffe ears. So have fun with that, and I will see you tomorrow.